Hey guys, welcome back. It's another week of your motivational moments with Dwann Hall. This week I'm coming to you live from Hawaii. It's pretty awesome that my job sent me out here. Last week, what I talked about was I told you how my grandmother spoke life into me. She um, told me that I was special so much that I actually believed it was true and believed it was true for me. Now, what I didn't know was that between last Saturday and when I recorded this video, that my grandmother would pass away. And while it's sad to lose her, I'm actually pretty happy for her. She and my grandfather were married for 65 years, and she was absolutely heartbroken afterwards. So, no tears of sadness for me today. This week, what I want to talk to you about is remind you that you take you wherever you go. So this week's book, it's hard for me to hold it up there, is Inner Engineering. It's by Sadhguru. It's a yogi's guide to joy. And I started to do a different topic for this week's video. But as my wife and I drove around Hawaii, which I had always envisioned to be this paradise, this island paradise, and it is. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Um, but I was struck by all the homelessness, all the depression that I saw. People living out of tents, and some of them not even having tents to live out of. And I was reminded that a couple of weeks ago, I went to go see my beloved Cowboys take a L in New Orleans, and I saw the same thing. On one hand, it was an absolute paradise. I had a fantastic time in New Orleans, and you can see people who are really just enjoying life. On the other hand, you see people who are down and out. They look depressed or strung out on drugs, um, just completely depressed. And that's true wherever you go. You know, I've been to Miami, I saw it. Going to Las Vegas, you see it. You go to California, you see it. You go to where I live in Atlanta, and you see it. So I want to remind you that you take you wherever you go. You see, a lot of folks believe that when I moved to the Atlanta area, things changed for me. And somewhat they did because I was exposed to people who were doing very, very well. But I'm here to tell you that the changes that happened in my life happened here. They happened in my mind. They happened before I ever got that job at the Dollar Tree, or before I ever got that job in roofing, or before I ever got into IT. Um, you know, Sometimes my wife likes to take credit for making me a better man, and it's true, women will make you a better man, especially a woman with boundaries will force you to be a better man. But I remind her that I was going to school before we started dating. The changes that had happened within me happened before we got together. All those changes had already happened, and they happened within you, right? You take you wherever you go. Oftentimes, we'll see this manifested in people who jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. They think that this new girlfriend or this new boyfriend, this new whatever, they're going to be happy. Um, Sometimes it's not a relationship. Sometimes it's a new car, right? Oh, if I only had this nice luxury car, then I'm going to be happy. Sometimes it's a job. Oh, if I just get into this career, and then I'd be happy. If I just had this amount of money, and then I'll be happy. Um, if I move to a new state, if I move to a different location, let me tell you, there's plenty of people that move to Atlanta to look for a better life, right? But there's plenty of people that move out of Atlanta and they move, back to DC area, Maryland area, or wherever, to have a different life. There's people who move to Chicago to change their life and looking for a better life. And there's people that move out of Chicago. There's people who move to New York to chase their dreams. And there's people who move away from New York to chase their dreams. You take you wherever you go. And I'm going to tell you something that may offend some people, but it's not meant to be offensive at all. No one is coming to save you. right? You have to be right within, right? You have to have a sense of self peace. You have to have that inner joy on your own, right? No external thing is going to happen to save you or make things better for you. Right? It doesn't matter if it's new hairstyle, new clothes, again, new relationship. Many people turn to drugs because they just don't want to be alone with their thoughts. Right? How miserable is that that you don't want to be alone with your thoughts? And if you don't change that, if you can't be alone by yourself with your own thoughts, then no one's ever going to make you happy. No external thing, no amount of drugs, no amount of drinking is ever going to make you happy. I've told many of you how I went through this period of depression. I can remember watching 8 hours of TV and never watching one whole show. I'd just be flipping through channels for 8 hours and never watch a single show, right? Because the problem wasn't the TV show. It wasn't that I couldn't find a good channel. It wasn't that I couldn't find something interesting to watch. The problem was within me. And you have to get to a point in your life where you realize that everything you experience is within yourself. Everything, right? The love you feel for someone else is within yourself. That's why I can still feel love for my grandparents even though they're physically not here, right? Um, I can still feel love towards my great grandmom, Adelaide, God bless her, who could never get my name right. She would always call me Dwann instead of Dwann. And I still have fond memories and I can still love her because everything you do, everything you experience is within yourself. Even if when you pray to God, right, and you think it to yourself or whatever, even if you speak it out loud, you feel it within yourself. When people say they felt the Holy Spirit, they feel it within themselves. Everything you do is within yourself, right? No one is coming to save you. And let me tell you that when you get yourself right, you start becoming well inside. You won't have to tell anyone that you're doing better now. You won't have to tell anyone that you're not drinking anymore or you're not getting high anymore or you started working or whatever. I can remember my great grandma Adelaide coming up to me again, can't pronounce my name right. Oh, Dwann, you look so good. Your skin is better. Your complexion is better. I didn't tell her anything, but she knew, right? Um, with my wife and I dealt with each other before we started dating each other, right? And when I started going around her again, I didn't have to tell her that I had changed, right? She was able to see that I had changed, right? You can hear the shower running with her now. Um, anyway, I want to wrap it up for this week. Hawaii's been great, but don't think that that next vacation, that next cruise, that next relationship, that next drug, that next anything is going to make a difference if you can't make it within, right? You have to be right within. You take you everywhere you go. And so if you're not happy with yourself, nothing external is going to give you that happiness and joy. But when you are happy within yourself, then things externally can't disrupt that peace, right? Things can get you frustrated for a little bit. You can be anxious for a little bit, but internally you have a sense of peace. I'll give you a great example. Right now, there are job layoffs, rumors at my job, and I'm at peace because I know I can handle it. That's it for this week. I got the hotel folks knocking on the door. Let me cancel. Sorry. Thank you. Bye bye.